Okay, I think you have no, we have started from CSS. What are the CSS colors and what is the positions, and we also covered what are the types of selectors and what are the types of style sheets we have. So these are the things we have still covered on that the previous Monday, right? So today we'll learn about some a PPT. So to know clear with what is going to be there. Okay. So see here. Okay. So see here. As of now, so we know what is the basic syntax we have, and already we know what is a CSS version we are going to learn. That is CSS 3. So in this, the selectors and declaration property and declaration value, we will specify, and also we have two things like inline CSS we have, and internal CSS have, and also we have something called as external CSS. And box models, we also discuss what is box model, and how we place our content, and what's padding and border and margin. So these are the definitions we learned so far. And what is div and the class tag? It is just to separate the web page into a separate sections. Okay. And what is id selectors? And so this was an example. See here, web page header, web page navigation, main content, and footer. So how you will design it? Okay. So this is a normal thing, normal template to create a page, and linking between the sections. How will you link? See here, this is a sample solution they have given. So can you see this page? See here, International Yoga Day. They have some given galleries and a link. So how can you do this, ma? Any idea? How will you design this page? Can anyone tell me? So how to create this link?
Anchor tag.
Good. Okay, within this text, we can give some paragraphs and headings like that, and then so let's see an example to create a web page that tells about yourself. That is portfolio. Okay, so this is a simple portfolio they have given. See here, what is header? The navigation part, what you're going to mention, that is, it will be in a link format, whatever you said. So it will be an anchor tag, right? So that anchor tag should be mentioned within the nav ID. And then third one is section. So section is, if example, if I click on about me, it will open this section part. And this is id footer. So we'll discuss how we will create these things. And see here, after doing that, we can give some different things like body colors and how we will design that. So everything is given in this part. Okay. And dynamic css example. For example, you are giving some dot corners, border radius is some 30 pixels, right? So uh, pre and post processor variables are only used at the complication time. So if you want to use some complicated thing, example, I have different classes, and I just want to make it in a single thing. Then you can go with the processors, and this is a transform. So I will just give you what are the things we need for this CSS topic. Okay, and then once we complete this, we'll design a page using CSS. So this is transform. If example, if you try to have some text, it should be reverted, or if you want to rotate it, so you can go with the transforms. It is, you'll be able to do 2D and 3D transformation is possible in transforms. Okay, so you can rotate like this, and you have to mention the degree. So you have to give the property as transform, and the value should be a rotate or skew or scale. So whatever thing you can give it here. And transition, so transition is nothing but example. See here, if I want something to be moved from one place to the another, so it's kind of animations. For that purpose we are going for this transition. See here. And also we have one important thing, keyframes. um so I have some backgrounds or something like that. Okay. And I want to name do some animations, but I have to go with this keyframes. So you have to name this key name by some particular name. Example, you can give a names also. So you can give boya, so something like that. Whatever your name you can give that. And you have to mention it this in this place, animation place. You have to give that name, and how many times it should be, seconds it should reflect, and how long it should going to be displayed. Okay. And box models and display, something called a block, inline and inline blocks. We'll see this some a different example over here. And float. So float also we already discussed in the previous session, I think. And position technique, so we know the static, relative, absolute, and sticky and fixed. Have we complete this topic, position techniques? Yes or no? Do we completed this positions, ma? Position fixed and absolute. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes,
So now, sorry, you said yes. Okay, I have saved this file. So today we'll learn how to create a portfolio. Okay, using this CSS. Once we complete this, and also we have some transition in between, and we'll add some animations, and we'll use float, and also the positions. And I think we can also have some reason important thing that is called as a grid and flex. So that is also very very important, so we learn about it first. Okay, we'll separate things like this, heading and body element. So head slash head. Inside this I'm going to have a body element. So as of now, we need to complete the positions, right? So, sorry, the transitions and transformations. So we'll continue with the CSS transition. So what is transition in the sense? We have different properties here. Okay. So what are the properties we have is, I hope everyone is can see my screen, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So transitions. So in this transition, we need to give some different properties. Is nothing but transition, and we need to mention the transition delay and transition duration and transition property, transition timing functions. Okay, so these are the different properties we need to add here. So first we'll see some simple examples how we can do this. Okay, just go up. So in this, I'm just going to give some text, okay, like heading and paragraph. So I'm giving h1 slash h1, and then I have something called as paragraph slash paragraph. Okay, so within this heading element, I'm going to give some name. So let it be transition property. And paragraphs. Okay, these are the two texts I've given, and I'm going to have some DAV container, because in this DAV container only, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the that is element, that is color and borders. I'm going to make a transition on this DAV element. So how will you do this? So just go to the style, and I'm going to use the internal style sheet. So style slash style. Okay, so within this style, see here, for DAV container, I'm going to create. So DAV container, under this, I'm giving some width. So width value, let it take some 200 pixels, and the height would be some 200 pixels. And I'm giving some color. So background color would be some blue color, and transition. So transition would be, what are the values? Go and check here. First one is you have to delay. You have to give the delay, and you need to mention the transition duration and properties and timing values, right? So same thing. What I'm going to do is, the first thing is I'm going to mention the width. So how much width I'm going to specify? So 200. First is 200 pixel. Okay. And then after 2 seconds, and then height should be after 4 seconds. Okay, so this is a transition I'm giving. So now just listen. So this is a width. After 2 seconds, some animation is going to happen, and the height after some 4 seconds. Okay, so come over here in the DAV. I'm going to have some hover. Okay, so hover. So hover. You know what is hover? Guys, what is hover? Hover is nothing but if you're trying to, move your cursor on the text, that is called as a hover. So this is called as a pseudo class. Okay, this is called as a pseudo classes. We have different classes, pseudo classes. So one I'm using is called hover. Okay, so in this, I'm giving a width as some 400 pixel, and the height is some 400 pixels. Okay, so let's check the output. Can you see this? It is getting transition. So the transition is nothing but if I just hover on that text, it will happen. So it was previously, it was in 300 pixels. So now it is in 400 pixels. I think you guys are clear with what it is. Yes or no? Do you have any questions in this transition? And we'll have a break at 1 o'clock. Okay. So specify the yes or no, ma. Have you all guys understood what it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Mm. So next we'll see about speed curves. So how we can change the speed curves. There are so many different speed curves are there. So nothing but see here. So this is called transition timing function. So in this property, so this is the property, okay. So previously we have given the delay options, how much it will take a time to display the things, okay. And we have given the properties, transition properties are given with. So now I'm going to give the transition timing functions. In this timing functions, there are different values we have. So one is linear, is in, and is out, and is in, is out, is in and out. And we lastly we have a cubic easier. There are some, so we can give values like this. Okay, so these are the transition timing functions, okay, that we are going to learn. So let's see what it is. So again, what happened is previously we have given DAV container. So now I'm going to give some different DAV container, and I'm giving some ID to it. So I'm giving some A, and this is going to be a linear. Just copy this. Okay, so I'm changing this to be B, C, okay. And I'm giving the names what I'm going to change. So transition properties, okay. So this is going to be is in, and this is ease out. Actually, guys, this question has been asked in the interview. If you are trying to, attend the interview for the front end development, okay. So ease in, out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some transition things. Okay, so for the DAV container, all the DAV container I'm giving with us some 200 and 200 and some colors I've given, everything is done. So now I'm going to give the width alone. So I'm going to change the width alone. So it should be some 400 pixel. So while hovering, I should get some 400 pixels. And for each and every ID, I'm going to create some transition. Okay, for each and every ID, I'm going to create a transition. For the A, I'm giving a transition as, see here, transition timing function. It's going to be linear. Copying this. So this is B, C, and B. We have only detail. Change this also. So E. Okay. So these are the different transition I'm going to do. So first is linear and second is ease in, ease out, and this gonna be something called ease in hyphen out. These are the transition timing functions. Okay, so now we will check the outputs of what happens. So usually you should remember, okay, after creating a containers, you need to mention this, how much of width and height and the background color and transition. What is the transition value? So you need to mention the width and how long it going to be changed. I'm not going to mention the height variation. Okay, while hovering, I don't want anything to be changed in the height. It only change the width alone. Okay. For that reason, I'm giving a width and the delay value. And see here, these are the transitions timing functions. So let's check what happens. So lean in is nothing but it will be in a smooth way. So for example, uh, it will start and end at the no same speed will be here from the start to end. But when we go to the ease, the starting will be slow, and then end sorry the starting will be fast and the ending will be slow. But linear, it will be equalized. Ease, it will be starting will be fast and the ending will be slow. And see here, for in ease in, it will start slow and end it fast. And ease out is nothing but it's a slow end. So in will be slow and it will be fast. And see here, it will be fast and the end will be slow. And here, the both the thing will be slow. Ease in and ease out will be slow. I hope everyone would understand what it is a transition, timing function. And also, we'll know what is transition delay now. So transition delay is nothing but if you are trying to, change the duration delay. So it will be very easy for you. See here. So the same example we can take and just I'm adding a delay. Transition hyphen delay. I'm giving as a some 3 seconds. See here, can you see the difference, ma? The transition delay is 3 seconds. It is taking a such, 1 2 and 3 3 seconds it is taking to, just get a output. It will be same for each and every thing. Okay, this way you can do the values. If you can give some, different colors also specified, everything you can mention here. So let's check with the background color. See here, for this one alone, so I'm changing this to a green color. So if you want to, have some multiple colors also, you can define. And you can also mention some name in between and you can also add some images. So we'll try with the image. So Yes, I have one image. It's a default JPG. So we need to change the width and height for this, images. Have it. So we'll try actually. See here, for the image, I'm not using this. If you want to try with the image also, you can try. Let's check. Having this. Okay, no issues. We'll check with the images also, but it works with the images also. Okay, so we'll try that. As of now, you would have understood how to, have the transition timing functions and how we are going to approach with the delay. And also, we know what are the different, properties in timing, transition timing functions, and what is transition delay we know, and timing functions we know. We need to know about properties and duration. Okay, the next thing is the same thing. We'll discuss about what are the transition and transformations. Transform, how we can do. So first, we need to understand what is transform. Okay. Okay. Where is that? So do you want this notes, guys? I'll also share this for you. If you want, I can share this coding. Do you want this coding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just practice, because while you are doing your capstone project, it will be useful. Okay, we can give some different variations, and also just think about it. What topic you're going to take. So okay. So now let's learn about transform. So this will also be asked in the interview. What is transform and what is transition? Okay, so this will be a little confusing because both the names starts from T. So transform is if you want to change something in a different way. Okay. So already we know it can be used for 2D or 3D. So both we can use this. Okay. So both the transformation of the elements can be done. And what are the properties we have? So we have something called rotate and scale, move and skew, and we have so many. Okay. So in this, we'll discuss about all these things first. Okay, first we'll go with the rotate. So how we will rotate the thing. So we'll delete all these things. So we'll add style and then body element. And while you are creating your capstone project, just have a different sheets for HTML. This and for CSS, we'll have some .css file, the external, and for JS also we need some .js file, a different thing. Okay, so in this a body element, what I'm going to give is just I'm going to give a translate method. So translate method, if you use that, so how it's going to transform. So let's have like this. I'm just giving first I'll go with the 2D transformation. So how it will display. Okay. First I'm creating a two containers div/div, and for the another div I'm going to add some id. Okay, so let's have like this. id 1, and I'm going to add some text here. New York. It is 2023, right? So these are the different two IDs I've created. So now I'm going to transform. So how we will transform? Go to the style tag, style element. Inside this, first for the div, I'm going to give some colors. Okay. So example, I go with some width 300 pixel, and the height I'm going to specify this to some 150 pixel. For background color purple, and for border it will be some 1 pixel solid, and then giving some color as a red or pink. And for the other id, so it is like div id1. I'm going to apply all these things for this id1 also. That is the reason I'm adding this div space id1. Okay, so within this a transform. So transform as nothing but rotate. I'm going to give some degree for this, whatever the degree of you're giving. So I'm giving something called 30 degree. I want that container to be inverted to some 30 degrees. So let's check what will be the output. Okay, 1 second. Let me change this value to 20. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't add this hash value. So display second. I'll give this to be some 100 background color, and the border and something, and DAV. Okay, sorry. So you have to do like this. DAV, there should not be any space between. Okay, so then when we will get this. So see here, it has been rotated to some 20 degree. So if I give some 45 degree, so it has been changing to some 45 degree. Okay, so this is all about at 2D transformations which we are doing. Okay, if I give say example, we'll remove this. and I'm giving some 30 minus 30 degrees. So what happen is it will change to the anti-clockwise, that is counterclockwise. It will change like this. And we have something called as a scale. So in this also we can add some scale. So scale is nothing but you need to give some values in the scale. So what values is, for example, how much you are going to increase or decrease the size of an element. So if you are going to increase the width and height, then you need to mention the scale values. So see here, just in the transform itself you can change. So scale, so within this function, so I'm giving some 3 comma 2. So see here, it has been increased twice the time of 300 pixels, and this is some 300 pixels. So let's check in the inspect. See here, it is in some 600 pixel and 306 pixel. I think everyone would have understood. See here, this is a width value and this is in a height increase. So and again, I'm giving some values as some 4. I'm giving some 6. So let's check. See here, now it is 1200 and this is 612 pixels. Yes, understood about the scale values. What is scale? So we know what is rotate. Rotate, I have to mention in a degree values. Okay. So if you are using minus, it will be in a counterclockwise. Scale is a width and a height. So how much it is going to display. So scale is obviously it will not have any degrees like that. So it will be get increased with the scale values. And also you can do like this. We have one more options, like if I want to scale only the x direction, that is horizontally. Okay, I just want to make it increase in the horizontal, then I can go with the scale x. Okay, so see here, the scale x2, just go and give here, it should be a capital, and just change this to be 4. Okay, it will not increase the height, it just only increased the width of the thing. And if I'm changing this to be a y, so it will consider as a vertical. So vertical, again I'm giving some 5. So 100 into 5, it will be in some 500 pixels. So see here, if I click on this, you can see the height value is some 510 pixels. Okay, and also we learn what is skew method. So skew is also the same thing. If you want to, y-axis, you want to align something, okay, it will be in a skew shape. So it will not be in a scale value or rotate. It will be in a skew value. So let's check. So how it will there. Same thing here also in the skew also. You will mention it in a degree values. Again, it will change the skew horizontally and also skew vertically. So you can do it in the two ways. Just go up, just change this to skew y. I'm just going to change it in a vertical manner. So I'm giving some 30 degree. So see here it is turned into sub 30 degree. Okay, and so this is a normal x and y axis, and also if you're trying to change it only through for horizontal, it is also something around 30 degree. Okay, I hope everyone would have understood what is Q. Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no so that we can go with the next one. So we have so many topics to complete. Yes, guys, just tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can hear only one sound. So what about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, this is the way you used to transform and the transition. You will use these things. Okay, so try to use these things in your projects. That is for your portfolio. So it will be really interesting. And now we'll discuss about what is transitions again when it comes to a front end. If you are trying to attend some interview for front end, so obviously these will be asked. So what is keyframe? Do you have any idea what is keyframe? Okay, no issues. So keyframe is nothing but if you are trying to create some animation code, it's like a specific code that you are going to use it for the animation. So whatever the transition or whatever the thing you have studied in transform and translate that you're going to mention in the keyframe, that name should be utilized in the CSS. Okay. Okay, let's check how we'll do this. We'll delete all these things. Style. Okay, so this is a style, and for this you need to have some headings or something like that. But it is not mandatory to have some headings or the main thing is you need to create a container. So DAV container is very important because it separates and it gives some color so that you can identify what we are going to do. So simple thing is just go here and have div container. Within this container, I'm going to have some width for my div, that is something called 100 pixels, and I'm giving some height of some 100 pixels, and I'm giving some background color. So background color, it is going to be some pink, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give some position. So why? Because it is going to be a parent, right? So position colon a relative, and I'm going to set animation. Okay, clearly understood. So this is a animation. For this, I'm going to set a keyframe. Okay, so let's go down and set the keyframe rules. So first you need to mention at. So at, if you use at any places, that is called as a query. Okay, so here a keyframe you need to mention keyframes, and I'm going to give some name for that keyframes. So what are the transition you are going to do? Mention here. Okay, so I'm going to mention as FSWD. Okay, within this I'm going to set from and to. Okay, So, and what is my thinking is all about this is just I want to move something from top, okay, from top to bottom. So, the initial value I'm giving for this is top 0 pixel, and then 2, a position is top colon some, let it take some 400 pixels. Okay, so from 0 to 400 pixels, it is going to move. This 100 pixel is going to move from the top to bottom. Okay, so in this position, animation, what name I should mention? For animation, what name I should mention? Yes, animation is FSWD. So this is the name, uh, this is a customized name which I'm going to give. So that has been mentioned here. And this is from and to. So from and to is top 0 pixel to bottom 400 pixels. So how many, it should take a delay. So delay of, I'm giving some 2 seconds, and it should, loop it infinitely. It should loop infinitely. Okay. So let's go and check. So it comes 4 to the 400 pixel. Again, infinitely it is coming here. It just, if you remove this, it stops there. Okay. But if you mention here it as an infinite, so infinite, what happens? It will loop till infinite values. Okay. So I guess you guys understood this concept. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll give you 1 minute. Just go through and tell me. Do you want more example on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want more examples. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so here also we can give some different values. Um, See here. So this is the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color for each and every frames. Okay. So let's take like this. I'm removing this part. Okay, instead of giving, zero that is of like from and to, I'm going to take it as a 0%, 25%, 50%, and 75%. How is going to be displayed? Okay, see here. First, I'm giving a 0%. 0% is also like, from and to. Okay, so from 0%, it should be like top should be a 0 pixel, and then it the left should be a 0 pixel. It start from 0 pixels. Okay, and I'm going to give a color as background. So you can give background color, or you can go with the background of some red, or you can go with any colors you prefer. You can also
Yes.
use RGB values. Yes, so RGB in the sense, taking 150 comma 150 comma 0 comma 0.5. Okay, and just copy this, paste it. This is gonna be something called 25 percentage. This is gonna be 50 percentage, and this is 75. I'm setting some values. 100 percentage. Okay, so these are the different percentage value from the two. So I'm going to set it as a 0 percentage, 25. So whatever the percentage you are going to define. Okay, So I'm going to change this value to be some 50 pixel, and I don't want to change the top. And again, and the 50 percentage, it's going to be some 100 pixel. Here also I'm changing to 100 pixel, and in the left I need it to be 100, and this also I'm going to change this to 100. I don't want anything here. See, the reverse thing is happening. Okay. And for each and everything, I'm going to change the colors. So see here, I'm changing this to 250, this to be 250. Mm, okay, so let's check the colors. So see here, this is an animation which you're going to add, and you need to mention the name, what it is, and how long it is going to display. So the delay and the infinite, it is going to repeatedly visible. Okay. So this is the name you have to mention. This is a rule. So add the key frames. Okay. And you have given the name, and here it is 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. And the top value should be 0 when it is a 0 percentage, and the color should be like this. So let's check the output. So I'll change the second value. So 5 seconds. So this is the way we can do animations in CSS. Yes? Yes or no? Understood or not? Yes. Do you guys understood with this concept? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So we have completed transition and transform and then animations. That is about a keyframe rules. And also we learn about these things. Example, mm, um, I understood that we have already completed this topic. What is that? Position. Have you already completed the position topic? Yes or no? Positions, absolute, relative. So do you want me to repeat the positions? Because position is very, very important concept which we should know. So do you want me to repeat the positions, or we can go with the next topic? Okay, better we'll learn what it is. Guys, at 1 o'clock you can go to the you can take the break. Okay, and then at 1:30 you can join, right? 1:30 or 2 o'clock.
130, ma'am.
1:30 itself you can join, right? So 1 to 1:30. Okay, good. Okay, first we'll know what are the positions we have. Static and relative, absolute, fixed, and sticky. So these are the different positions we have. So first, the thing is already we know. So for static, there is no special properties. Special properties in the sense it doesn't have any top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. So top, bottom, and left and right, it is not applicable for static alone. For the other positions, it will be applicable. Okay. So so static is a normal thing, a default thing. However you design, that is called as a static. Okay. But the other properties we'll check. So how we'll do that? I'm creating one div container slash div. So within this, I have something called top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. So now within this style, I'm going to give a relative. For this, I'm giving a some you can create ID or either you can go with the class names. So now I'm giving a ID. So here hash ID, sorry, hash relative. So within this relative, what I'm going to specify is first thing is you need to mention the position. So position is a relative. Okay, and you can apply some special properties. So special properties in the sense left, right, bottom, and left. Okay, so now here I'm giving a left to be some 30 pixels. So it should have some space from the left. So left should not be a 0 pixel, it should be 30 pixel. It has been moved from that place. And also I'm setting some border. So border is like 5 pixel solid. I'm giving some red. Okay, so let's check this output. See here, it has been moved from some 30 pixel. You can also change this value to be some top. So top also I'm giving some 20 pixels. See here, from the top it has been moved to the 20 pixel. Okay, and you can also increase this value to be some 50. So it is a little bit changed from the left side. So this is how you will design a relative. Okay. So in interview point of view, you can tell this is a normal position. So we can adjust some container from left or top or right or bottom. So right also you can do. See here, I'll just remove this and I try to change this value to be some 50 pixels of right. So see here, it in the right side it has been moved. And for bottom also we can do. So see here in the bottom, in the sense you can use some negative values here. So see here the bottom in the sense of if you how much the content. So if the content is is very higher, then you can see the difference very clearly. Okay, and we have something called as fixed. So fixed also is a very simple thing. Before if you are trying to set some header, so go here, creating some div id is equal to header. We can mention as a fixed. Okay. And I'm giving some name as EduNet Foundation. Okay, this is my thing. So what I'm going to change is I'm going to use my ID slash fixed. So what's the name here I use? It is fixed. So get into this and I'm setting the positions to be, what is the position value here? It's going to be
Relative.
No, now we are using fixed, right? So here it should be a fixed. Okay. Yeah, Raman. So we have completed relative. So now we are going to see about fixed. So fixed is nothing but wherever you fix a content, it will be present there. Okay. So now I'm giving the value as bottom 0 and the right it should be 0. Okay. And the width is something around some 200 pixel, and I also set some border values. Example 4 pixel solid, let it be green color. So at the end you can see the some fixed portion. So wait a minute, I'll show you very clearly. Just getting the text from lorem ipsum. I'll copy this text. I'm putting it in the body element. Okay. See here, if I scroll this text also, what happened? This particular fixed has not been changed. So I'm also increasing the, okay. Here, what I'm trying to do is I'll give some background color. Pink, and also I'm trying to change the width to be some uh, 600 pixel. See here, this is my fixed. If I scroll also, I can see the fixed thing here. I hope everyone would have understood what I'm trying to say using the fixed element. See here, this may be your fixed one, so it has not been changed. You can also set some images which to be displayed always. Ads or advertisement you can make like that. Yes, guys, understood? Everyone? So do you understood what is fixed is all about? What is fixed? So fixed is nothing but it will remain on the same place. So fixed is nothing but it remains on the same place even if we scroll also. Even if you scroll, if there is any no more content in the web page also, what happened? Your fixed will be viewable. I hope understood, guys. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, okay, good. So next thing is now I need some container should be placed with the another container. So how we can do that? So using that relative and absolute. So it's a very easy thing. So which we can do. One second. And also we need to know what is z index. So z index also it's a very important topic which you have to understand. Okay. So it is nothing but mostly if you create a page, I want some images and the text should be placed on the same thing. For that purpose we are going to use. See here. Okay. So see here, this is a position. So in this position, what I'm going to do is I have some image and text. Okay. So behind my image, some text is going to be overlap. So how we'll do this? So see here, first thing is you need to mention the position values as absolute. Okay. And you need to mention the z index value. So z index value is nothing but it's just like a stack orders. A stack order. So in the order in the sense, so if you give some lower values, it will be displayed, slowly. Like there are some different values. You can give it a negative values, and you can also give some positive values also. So let's check how we'll do this. So go to this code. In the body element, I'm going to give some text. Okay. So example, we'll go with some paragraph and heading. I'll take this paragraph. So I'll put it within this element. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some images. Okay. So img src file name. So already we know I have one file, so that is default.jpg. And I'm going to set some width and height. So width should be some 100 and height should be some 100. Okay. And see here, go inside. Inside this, you have some image element. Within this image element, I'm going to specify a position. So this image is going to be positioned in an absolute. It's going to be absolute, and where it should get placed. So it has to be in the left side. Okay, and top also it's a 0 pixel. Okay, so I'm giving it as 0 pixel, and the top is also some 0 pixel, and the index value is some -1. Let's check. See here, this what it get overlaps. Your text will overlaps the text. So uh, first understand. So how we are going to do this. So this is my image. I want my image to be overlapped. You can take like this. I'll place it. Okay, so I'll increase this width and height, image width and height to be some 300 and 300. See here, here is my text and here is my that is image. So this has been overlapped within my image. The text has been overlapped within the image. That's what we are trying to do. So mostly in most of the website you can see this, right? Each images has been overlap with the text, correct? And also you can increase the width. So we can increase the width. You can increase the width, and this gonna be something can like it will be looking like a head. Yes, 100. Okay, so this what you will design a page. You can also set the like this. So I can take some one of your names. Dakshain. You can also set some color. Mm, and also I'm giving some colors. Style is equals to background. So green will not be visible. Let's take pink. So can you see this, ma? So this way you can do it. Guys, have you understand what is z index and position absolute? So if you're trying to place some images over the text, then you should go with this position absolute and z index. Do you have any questions in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what about others? Yes, guys, I'm trying to ask whether you guys have understood what I'm trying to say. Yes or no? I got only
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. And then the last thing is in this is called as a sticky. So we'll know what is sticky now. So sticky also same related to fixed and relative. But what happen is the scroll position. So if you are trying to scroll, the text will also whatever the position we have given to that scroll, it is also be sticky at some point of time. So fixed will be at the same place, but sticky will move on for some time. Okay, so that is called as a sticky. So we'll check what it is. So now I'll take some sticky position. So I'm creating some div container. So give div slash div. So within this, you can give some text. Example, Okay, Susila. So I'll take the name Susila. Okay, so this name should be a sticky now. So class is, I'm giving a name as something called okay, or we can name it as a sticky itself. Sticky. Okay, here you can give a whatever the name you want. So it is not a predefined name. Okay. So again, in the style, I'm going to mention something for this. Okay. So div, or you can directly use dot class. Dot sticky. So dot sticky is nothing but the class name is dot and the name is sticky. Okay. And again, in the position, I'm giving a name as sticky, and the top is something 0, and the padding is giving some 2 pixels. Okay. And background color, whatever the color you want, just keep it. Mm, go with some exa values. F D E 4D. Okay, and the border also, I'm going to give some 3 pixels, dotted, and the value going to be some HSL A of some green saturation. It's going to be 100 percentage, and this is 50 percentage lightness, and the alpha value is 0.5. So this is your sticky. So if you have more text, you can easily understand. So what is sticky? So I'll get this to be some 30. I'll remove this. So now I'll remove this. And I'm going to add some names, paragraph. So I'll copy this paragraph again. Okay. So now we'll go and check. So while you're scrolling also, what happened? It is sticky. So once again, so I'll change this to bottom value. So it will be sticky at this top 30 pixels. Otherwise, it will not move. So I'm changing this to bottom 0 pixel. So the question is 0. So I'm giving it as a value. It is sticky. Why something have missed? So this is dot sticky. Once again, guys, I'll check this. Position bottom 0. Padding is 2 pixel. Okay. Color. So it should be sticky. So if you're trying to scroll also, it should also move along. Yeah, now it is working. See here, if I scroll also, what happened? My sticky it is in some place. It is fixed for some time, but while I'm scrolling, I can see my text. Can you see this now? So fixed is it will be fixed on the same place. Okay, but sticky it will scroll along. That is a difference between this fixed and sticky. And also, I can also try this. I can give some width and height for this. Here I'll give some color change. So while I'm scrolling, see here, it is on the same place. So, real time example, you can see some, WhatsApp. So whatever the page you open, so it will ask you to sign up or ask you to get into the WhatsApp or message, right? The same thing, it is also here, we can do it. Here you can set some image, icon, phone icon, and you can do it. Clear, guys? Understood what's the difference between fixed and sticky? Yes or no? Is everyone is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as of now, we know what is position and transform, translate, and animations. Okay. So once we done with your lunch, so we'll continue with the next topic. So as of now, we'll learn what is the basic of fixed and grid. So it is also a very important topic which we should know. So flex and grid. So I'll tell you the basics, and once we complete this, we'll move on to that type. So first, we'll understood what is flex, okay, and what are the concepts we have in flex thing. So flex box is very very important because see here, you go to whatever the website. So if I'm going to the Flipkart, just click on this Flipkart, you can see so many products appeared here, right? So see here, this is a one way thing. So you can, if you click on this, you can see a direction. So it is in the direction of column wise or row wise. It is in column wise or row wise. How the images has been set? It is in column or row?
Row, ma'am.
Good. So it is in row wise. So flexbox is nothing but if you are trying to create something, okay, it can either go with horizontal or vertical. It will be in a row wise or column wise. But the grid is nothing but it will be a two-dimensional. So grid is we can do both the rows and columns in the same way. So if you go to the Amazon website, so this is called as a grid. Okay, this part is called as a grid and this part is called as a flex. Okay, so in interview, if they ask what is the difference between grid and flex, so grid is nothing but it's a two-dimensional thing, but flex is a single dimension. So this is the answer you have to give. Okay, so give me a minute, so we'll complete this. So before going to that, we should understand what is inline and block element. Okay, so first we'll get to know that. So we already know what is block level and inline, but we don't know what is inline block. So do you guys know
Inline
what?
span, ma'am.
Sorry, ma. Sorry.
Inline ante span, ma'am.
So you're saying inline and block, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll have some example for inline block element because you should know what is inline block and inline and block. So inline block is totally different from inline and block. So we'll discuss what is the main important. So once we complete this inline block and inline block, we'll go for the break. Okay, it is a very very important topic. So see here. So display property have something called inline block, inline block element. Okay, just go here. In this body element, I'm going to specify something. So the first thing is I'm going to create some span for the paragraph. Okay, within the paragraph, I'm going to mention some span. See here, take the content again from Laura Epson. So I'll take this last paragraph. Okay, just copy this and I have it in the body element. So here I'm going to have the span element for this text. Okay, so span slash span. Here also I'm giving span slash span. So give the name as inline display inline with switch of content. Okay, and I'm again creating one more heading. One more heading. Name is slash h1. The name is display block inline block. Here I'll give a span for this one. Because this is mostly asked in the interview. So what is a difference between inline block and inline block? Because while you're creating navigations, you will use. Copying this again. Here I'm changing this to block, and this is pan. Okay, so here I'm going to give some three things. Okay, so how I'm going to design is, so I'll have some span A. So I'm going to have a class name. So for the first paragraph headings, right? So I'm going to name it as a, for inline, I'm giving a A. For the second paragraph, that is for the same, inline, I'm going to have the class name as A, because it's both going to be have some same background color, border, and everything will be same. So come down here, I'm going to mention as a class B. Here also class B. In this place, I'm going to mention this to class C. Class C. Okay. Class A, B, and C. So for each and every paragraph, what I have said is, so I've mentioned for the first paragraph it is an inline. So class A I have mentioned for the span. So second one is inline block. So in the style element, I'm going to specify span. Okay, how I'm going to mention the span is dot A class, and then span dot B, span dot C. So this was a design. So first thing is I want to display it as a display inline. But the next thing is it should be a display block or inline block. The third one is it's going to be a display block. Okay, so clearly you should understand what's the difference. Okay, I'm going to give some background colors. Should be some green. Green. Better we can go with some light colors. Yes, please be connected. So once we complete this topic, and then you can go for a break or lunch. Okay. So here I'm giving some width and height. So it's going to be some 100 pixel, and height is also be some 100 pixel. And then I'm giving some border. If you want, you can give the border. Otherwise, you don't want means just leave it. Okay. I'm giving some dashed. Color is red. Copy this. Paste it in the inline block and the block also. Okay. So these are three things. This everything is same. Background color, width and height, and borders. So background colors, everything is same. But the only thing is, I'm going to change the display alone. So display has been changed here. Okay, so let's check the output. Not this one. See here, this is the way we are doing. So first thing is it is an inline, so it will occupy only the space. So how much the text is. Example, if I'm typing on this text, come down. So in this span element, I'm giving some text. Okay, I'm giving some more text in this span. See here, what happen is the necessary width will be will be occupied. Okay, so the necessary width will be occupied. So how much the text is, it will be considered, then that space alone will be, given the property that is called as inline. So it will not consider, see here, it is not considering your width and height. So width and height will not be, occupied, or it will not be considered in inline. But in inline block, so go here and check. Yes, the width and the height has been considered. Width and height has been considered. And in the block, what happened is it is also, accepts the width and height, but still it is in the new row. So it is in the same row, but here it is in the new row. Yes, guys, understood what is inline block? Inline block, block and inline. Yes or no? You want me to repeat or you have understood? Yes, are you there? Yes or no?
Ma'am.
Understood or not? Do you want me to repeat it again?
Ma'am, please repeat, ma'am.
Okay, sure, I'll repeat. So see here, ma. So in interview, mostly they will ask what is inline, inline block, and block element. Okay. So inline, the first inline is nothing but it will occupy the necessary width. Example, see here, I have some text in nothing, right? So go and check the properties. What I have given, the width is 100 and the height is 100. It is not accepting the width and height. It is just occupies the width of the text which we have given. So for example, I'm typing something on the nothing text. Okay. So go here. So here I have something, the text is called as a nothing. I'm just typing here. So what happened is it will extend till this B character. So the properties will be extend till this B character. Okay, so one thing you have to understand, inline display will not accept the width and height of the property, and also it occupies only the necessary width. It will not be started in the new line. Clear? But inline block, see here, it will not start from the new line. So better, I will give you the notes here. Inline block, which won't starts in a new line and won't accept width and height. Okay, if you go with the block element, it will starts from the new line and accepts width and height. So here it won't start from the new line but accepts width and height. Now is it clear? Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the difference. If this is an interview question, so you have to answer it like this. Okay, so till now, do you have any questions? We have one more thing that is called text, ellipse. So this is also an interview question for front end development. Okay, so I'll tell you now, or we'll start after 1:30. Yes, guys. Can I start now, or we'll start it after 1 o'clock? Sorry, 1:30.
After one. Ma'am,
Okay, okay, good. So we'll start after
Ma'am,
1:30.
after two.
After 2 o'clock, you need one hour break.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So just take it, have your lunch, okay, and join at 2 o'clock. Till 4:30 we'll have a session. Okay, so take a sufficient break. That is till 2 o'clock, and we will meet again at 2 o'clock, and we'll have the session till 4:30. Okay, so these are the
Okay.
very important concept. Okay, don't miss any session. If your friends have not joined the session, please inform them. Okay, so once we complete this, we are going to do the capstone project, which is very important. So if you listed in your resume, that's gonna benefit you. Okay, okay, I think it is 12:58.